Hello from me and my baby. Last year, I bought a domain name. I bought Keith's.site and I left it doing nothing for months. When I bought the domain, I knew that I wanted to make a personal website, but I wasn't exactly sure what that would look like. I didn't really want like a portfolio site. I knew I wanted something connected to my YouTube channel. I thought maybe just like a landing page with my most recent video and like an arrow pointing to that video. I even used some of the AI tools to like help me ideate on what it could look like. And all of the initial thoughts were horrible. And so the domain sat for months until about a month ago when I started thinking more seriously about making a website. I went to youtube.com looking for inspiration and I found this community of people who make indie websites. I found this one particular YouTube video of someone's website. It's from this creator named Angie Blah, and she goes through how she made her website. It gave me so much inspiration to make my own. I've made one and I want to share it with you, and I want to show you how I made mine. When I was initially thinking about what kind of website to make, I was thinking about something that looked super professional. And when I found this group of people making their own websites, what felt so distinct is that they're so much fun and they're so personal. Like, people add little music players to their website and little widgets and just like a guest book, which I have on my website. I think this sort of style of indie website creation felt like a really good extension of what I try to do here with Keith's Diary, which is just like anything goes and it's fun and personal and whatever's on my mind, we're gonna chat about. And so I decided to make my own indie website with Keith's.site. I wanted to use the same old school techniques of just like HTML and CSS and some JavaScript. These are sort of the building blocks for very early websites, and I wanted to use those as well. And I wanted something that looked like an early 2000s website. I knew what the homepage would look like. I knew I'd have a few other pages. What I didn't know is how to make the website. I am a software engineer by trade, but I have not made a website since high school. So very quickly, I kind of hit this wall of I have this idea, I want to do it, but how am I going to do it? This is where AI comes into the picture. Now, hold on. AI is very controversial, and I know this. For this particular use case, it helped me achieve the vision that I had without the skills to do so. Over the past like 3 years, we've all had AI shoved down our fucking throats. And for the past 3 years, it's been so bad, except this past winter, they really got so good for coding. Now at my work as a software engineer, maybe 10% of the code that I write is handwritten and the rest is by AI. So it's getting kind of spooky because the tools are really good now. I wanted to take this as a chance to learn more about them and find what works for me. I'm someone who is not a very visual kind of guy. I really struggle to see pictures in my head. I just don't have a very visual memory. And so AI was so helpful at sketching out some ideas, and then I could start from there and iterate upon them and say, actually, I want this button over here, that button over there, whatever. But AI was such a good help for that because it was so quick. And so as I was building this website, I was trying out different AI tools as well. I tried Claude Code, I tried Cursor, I tried Codex. Now, I spent out a few weeks building on this site. I started with the homepage. I landed on a design that I really liked and sort of iterated with some fun things on that. Cool. Welcome to my computer. This is what I've got so far. I have only worked on the homepage really, and a lot of this has been helped with Claude. So a lot of the like text here is not official, but I'm really liking the layout. And I love my little like rainbow cursor. And then if you go over to the side, it says like and subscribe, which makes me so silly, so fun. It links to my latest video, and none of these are set up correctly yet, but this is what the homepage looks like so far, and it looks pretty cool, I think. After the homepage, I just sort of like built on and on with each other page. And this whole website took maybe a week or 2 weeks to make. It felt so fun and so fast, and every little like tweak that I wanted to do was just super easy. I haven't had a personal little side project outside of work that's software engineering related since probably college, maybe even high school. And I think that's because like every day I live this, right? Like I go to work, I program, I do my engineering gig. Like I want to come home, I want to do something else. This was the first time in years where I was so excited to work on something on my own and have this silly little goofy website that I could come back to and build every day. A creative muscle was unlocked where I don't have to worry about some of the shit that comes along with learning new things. I can just come up with an idea, and as long as I can prompt correctly and like review the code and understand what it's doing, I can execute on that idea. And so the barrier of entry became so low that things are just really easy now in the software engineering world. Building software is easier than it's ever been. Hello, how's it going? I wanted to check in because last night I was working on my project, as you know, and this is what my site looks like today. It looks so cool. There's still so much to do. Number one, if I like change the browser, it totally messes up the site. So need to fix that. But last night I added this globe, which I think is so cool. And when it spins, it has a little green dot on Seattle, which is where I'm located. I'm feeling happy about it. Hello everyone, it's been a few days and I've been working on Keith's site for so much of my free time. I really have spiraled into this. I finished a couple pages. I'm gonna show you one of them. So this is the completed about page, little photo of me, little biography. You could click on these and it changes every time, which is so much fun. And then some fun facts as well. I also spent some free time working on this travels page, which is my favorite page so far, but I'm not gonna show it to you in this video because I want you to go over to Keith's site and check it out and let me know what you think. Next up on my list, I have a couple things that remain. Most importantly, I want to have a guest book. So I think I'm gonna limit the scope and do maybe like this tools page, ideate on that a little bit more, and complete the guest book. So I was building this website and I had to find a way to deploy the changes so you could actually see them on keiths.site. I ended up going with a provider called Vercel. They have a hosting solution which has a really generous free tier. I sat down to do this Vercel deployment. I was like, I have an hour, let's see how much I can do in that hour. It took 10 minutes and it's so easy, so simple, totally free. Like, why would I ever pay for hosting again unless something really needs to be like super viral? Anything for personal use, you should not be paying for. And Vercel was so easy and so good. Would highly recommend. All of my images I store on Vercel's databases. All of the little guestbook entries are in a database hosted with Vercel. It's all free and it's great. During this process, I was just falling more and more in love with this routine of coming home and working on something for me that even after this website, I have delayed making this video for weeks because I've been working on so much other shit. I started working on a little macOS menu bar utility. I finished that project. I have no plans on releasing it. Like, I made this utility literally just for me. It's only on my computer. I have no intentions of commercializing it. And that's such a weird and kind of new thing. Like, in the past, software has been something that is expensive to make and time consuming. And so it's not worth it to just make software for yourself. Now, as I said, the barrier is so low that I can spend a few hours making a version of something that maybe already exists, customized to my liking, exactly how I like it, exactly how I want it. And I don't have to release it to anybody because the barrier was so low. Like, you don't have to commercialize everything. You can just have a piece of custom software for each person. And that is so new and so different and kind of scary, but also kind of exciting. I hope I have a job in like 3 years. And after I made this macOS widget, now I've been working on an iOS app. I've never made an iOS app. And I know in the past, if I was going to, I would have to spend a whole year figuring out how to make iOS apps and making a bunch of shitty apps before I could actually make the one that I want to make. And now I'm just making the one I want to make. And I've never done it before. And it's coming out really, really well. Like, look at this. I'm making a little stock portfolio app and it's so gorgeous. And I love it. I'm having so much fun making it. Like, it's just really fun and cool. And I don't know, maybe I'll put it out, but I don't have to either. It's just something new. And so I really feel like this process of making this website was so much fun that I discovered something that I have not had in so long, which is an excitement for like making my own little side projects and learning about software engineering like on my own again and not just in the office. I'm the type of person who goes to bed pretty early, and recently I've been transformed into a night owl, partially because I get so in the zone of working on these things that I don't want to stop. It's been a really awesome experience falling into this hole. I just feel like I'm learning so much so fast and having a ton of fun with it. Would highly recommend. So anyways, that's my website. I hope you'll click on the link in the description or the pinned comment and go check it out and leave a note in the guest book and tell me what you think. Thanks so much for sticking around and I will see you in the next one.